Hey, Joe. This is Paul. It's going to be your call, Mitch. Off you go, Paul. Paul? Tails is call. It's a head. OK, good luck.
Jobe Watson wins the toss. And Essendon will go towards the Coventry end of the ground. And we saw Tom talking earlier, and we saw a little bit of vision too regarding the floods. Well, 15% of all gate receipts in the NAB Cup are going to communities affected by the recent floods in Queensland and Victoria. So AFL football playing its part. Some of these rules, well, most of them, I think, have been well received. 9 points for a goal, nothing new there, although they've tweaked it slightly. Technology available to assist the umpires. I want to see that tonight. McGeish taking a look, a lingering look. Last touch out of bounds. Don't know who thought that up. All we can hope is whoever it was is put in charge of Al-Qaeda.
You think, Dennis, no one's owning up to that thought?
No, it's not been a resounding success. Still, their record with trialling rules has been very good. And this is the competition for it. So game 4 of the NAB Cup, and we're underway. Umpire Chamberlain affecting the first bounce. Leuenberger missed by Rich. McVeigh tried to get it out. In goes Watson. Over the football, the big guy Bell Chambers. He goes to ground, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to Melksham. Of course, players can take the advantage. They determine when it's advantage. Watson down towards half forward, spearing kick. Hurley's got it, told to play on. Maguire standing the mark. Miscues slightly. Zaharakis picked it up, well tackled from behind. The ball just trickles out. The second tackle, as you heard.
David Zaharakis on the mark. Thank you.
So Zaharakis, right half forward. Lively player. Ryder in best position. Going back with the flight of it. Getting a fist on it was Stiller. Close to the boundary line. Taken across by Monfries. Who did it come off? It was a marking contest, but Monfries took it across the line. So it's a Brisbane free. And Cornelius pops it to the square.
To Sheldon. Didn't play a lot of footy last year. But had a pretty good season in 09. His father, of course, a famous Aussie rules footballer. Hardingham in short, but ill-directed kick, and Rockcliffe, who had a terrific year last year, cuts it off. So the Lions to run it. Rains with that bounce. Can he deliver? And it's been a question mark over his game throughout. Retzlaff in the front spot, and then Lovett Murray just gets it back. Melksham in hard. Well done. That Pollock, terrific first effort. In fact, we've got a couple of top 2-10 draftees against one another tonight.
Pollock and young Heppel for Essendon. Big raps on both young players looking forward. That's the beauty of the NAB Cup, to see these young players develop through the pre-season.
So Hawksley on, and now Green goes forward.
Bounces inside the forward 50. Ewick's kick didn't favour the man down there, though. Tracking it, backing off Clark. He's pretty nimble for a big guy, manages to get boot to ball and then proceeds. The ultimate indignity. He puts it out of bounds. On the bounce, not on the full on the bounce, but it's the same thing. Work that out.
And Dustin Fletcher, of course, caused that error. At 35, you wouldn't think you'd have to play to March.
In the pre-season game, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
I said before, 19th season coming up for Dustin Fletcher. That is quite remarkable. Behind the pack, that's Cornelius. Hooks it across the body. Clever kick. Collier takes the mark. Collier down towards right half forward, wants to go. Little give. Puts Maguire under pressure, concedes some ground, but comes back, and Hawksley takes the mark. Inside the centre square, steps Monfries. Monfries stayed in the contest. Rockcliffe a half chance, knocked away by Watson. Whoop, Watson missed the footy. That's not a penalty, might be next year. Down goes Hocking, will have a ball up.
Already we might be seeing a trend from Essendon. They've got every player in their defensive half. We know they had their defensive struggles last year, so perhaps their focus is on that. No Essendon players in the front half at the moment.
Just had a good look at Daniel Rich. He has a swing there. Hasn't missed a game in the regular season in 2 seasons. Stanton, clever kick actually, because he had to check side it to keep it in after the handball from Watson. Ryder paddling forward. Hurley, well done. Heppel first, good look at him. Brought down in the tackle by Maguire. So the advantage gone. Zaharakis, can he trap it? He does. Just probably spent it a little bit before he got hold of it. Then Hardingham round the corner to a bit of a vacant spot in the end. Melksham waits. Hawksley high.
Brisbane's free. Fend off, Jake.
Fend off.
That's it.
Okay.
End off.
Well, I'm not umpiring well early in the season, but I'll get better, I promise.
Russ never sleeps, Bruce. Still got it across to Rich, kicks it up to the wing and going back with a flatter, but this is Retzlaff. Kicks inside the forward 50. Once again, Clark is the target. Fletcher there with him. Fletcher was held, no free kick. Managed to get Boots a ball, moved it slightly. Comes back towards Banfield, deep in the pocket. Goes with the outside of the boot. And this one has gone, has it out of bounds on the full. Carnesis was the man just moments ago who got the hand pass out. Youngster from Vic Metro, as I recall.
The game's clearly quicker already with the fact that you get the free kick from the boundary kick in, so it's players blowing early.
Oh, Retzlaff almost, and then gets the ball back because Prismal fumbled it across the line. Retzlaff goes towards the middle. Lonergan with courage goes back, then spilt the mark. Fell in front. Opportunity here for the young guy that we were talking about before. Taken 5 in the draft, Pollock. In goes Prismal. Bill Chambers over the top. Watson breaking outside. Lovett Murray. Heppel. Opportunity for Zaharakis, who started brightly, and that's a clever turn. Kept his head, goes back to Slattery.
And then Slattery on the left to Howlett. So he spotted him up well. Wants to go on. Finally does. Back to Lonergan from Hardingham, and then to Lovett Murray, who can run and burst, and then kick to centre half forward. Dangerous kick, great mark. Cramry, that was a beauty.
James, that's it.
The transition, isn't it? There's that kick out of the back 50, or the getting the ball out of the congested back 50 is real pressure. But if you get the ball into the middle, all of a sudden the space in most footy now is in the forward 50 on that quick transition.
So it's been a long time without a score tonight. Hammers at home. Cramry gets the goal.
That's just a terrific mark going back with a flight. Eyes on the ball by a young player and absolute courage there. I'll tell you what, it's really, really humid down here. It's about 27 degrees under the roof. We know the weather's gone crazy. It's pouring down outside.
Not the best of bounces there. Obviously affected by the mud. Stuart Cramry played 3 games last year for the Bombers. Didn't kick a goal, but he's on the board tonight. Opening goal. It was pouring earlier outside Etihad Stadium. Over the football, Beams. Ball up. Now Beams, the brother of Dane Beams, young star for Collingwood. And when you take a closer look a little bit later, I'm sure we'll see him at close quarters. Number 17 down there with Watson in the foreground. Obviously, the family got a discount for buying in bulk. Tries to paddle it down towards half forward. Lays it off with a hand pass. Goes out wide. They've got the numbers. Staker pushing up the ground. Slips it across towards number 34. That's O'Brien. He had it moments ago. This is Myers. Spins out of trouble. Did nicely. He stayed on the same spot, really, but found some space. He kicks it up towards the wing. Getting back is Staker once more. Gets a hand pass out. Over the football reins, but beaten with the desperation sliding in there. It might have been Watson. And the free kick. In fact, Zaharakis, the last man to get up, gets the free kick. Some of these guys have changed their haircuts, not Zaharakis, so no excuse there. Just pilot error. Zaharakis goes down to half forward.
I'm pleased to say you haven't changed yours, Dennis.
It's taken a bit of flack during the off-season, Bruce. It's more maligned than Matthew Knight's, this haircut. But I am going to fight back, Bruce.
You refuse to sack it.
I'd be rapt to have your head here, Dennis, no doubt about that.
Thank you, Tom.
Could you imagine Hurdy taking the place of Dennis's hair? Here's Sheldon in the back pocket. In short. Back to Stiller. I think it's a free kick to Brisbane. The advantage given. As we know, the players now decided. Rains misses a target. Heppel with a chance. Taken 8 in the draft. Hooks it back with that left foot to about 20 metres out. Good effort by Davey in the front spot. Free kick in the back.
Well, we've seen, this is the 4th in a lot of football we've seen, and I reckon there's a greater leniency towards the ball player.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of us thought last year the tackler was getting too much reward. I think what we've seen in this first couple of weekends of footy is you get the ball first, you're going to get the protection you deserve.
Lee's on the rules committee. When he talks like this, I listen.
Oh, yeah. He's only just a minor voice sometimes, he says.
McVeigh from straight in front dogs the goal. The Bombers get a good start here under Hurdy.
As we said earlier, Richo reporting from downstairs, it's pretty muggy. And the Essendon players with those fans, as you can see, taking advantage. Rucks go at it. Ryder with a big leap, slaps it out wide, goes after his own ball, was pushed in the back or was taken home.
We saw Paddy Ryder start the game at full forward. The male out of Essendon, he's going to spend a bit of time up there with David Hill.
Heppel, who's a long kick, puts it inside the forward 50, trying to reach over the top. Maguire, almost a Hurley mark. Maguire with the recovery, hand passes to Staker, kicks towards midfield, bad bounce for Davis, spills across towards Austin. Austin gets a hand pass to Hawksley, sends it forward. Now this is Kinesis, kicks it down towards half forward, off the hands of Clark, goes back, getting assistance from behind, dragged down. Not sure who that was.
Lester, it was Ryan Lester, didn't. He's a late inclusion, 35.
Normally plays in defence, Lester, so didn't expect to find him down there. Thanks, Bruce. Lonigan on the wing, Heppel miscues with the kick. It bounces down towards half forward, Davey to Jetta. Jetta can lob it over the top. Two men in behind the defence. One of them Cramry. Cramry puts it on the boot hurriedly. He's got his second goal. Why line up? Why take your time when you can do that?
Yes, he made it more difficult than it needed to be, no doubt about that. I saw Hurley, young Michael Hurley, had a terrific first year, not so good in his second year. I think he's the young forward. Gumbel is not playing this first game, probably play the second one.
Watson to Ryder. Well, time moves on, Lee. This time, Ryder goes to Zaharakis. This time last year, he wasn't playing because of a club suspension. Zaharakis goes bang. Oh, Hurley reckons this caper's easy.
Great start for the Bombers. Actually unforgivable for a half-forward flanker there to be by himself for the centre bounce.
I wonder if that was an interchange. You know, when players are changing off interchange and therefore you're not having an established opponent control. But as you say, this centre bounce clearance and someone on the 50-metre mark by himself. Where did he come from? I think that's what the Lions players would be asking himself. Where did he come from?
I reckon membership for the Bombers has just gone up by 5,000, don't you?
That might have been a little set play. Heard he had the smile on his face. He might have just set that up, snuck him on there.
So down to you, Nick. Nick Maxwell, the premiership captain from last year, Nick.
Right at the moment, guys, Michael Hurley's having a rest on the bench, but he's playing a genuine centre-half forward role. He's going to be an absolute star of the competition, but what he's doing at the moment is wrestling Matt Maguire. Matt Maguire's going to love that. He's a really strong bloke. He's got to try and get on his bike a little bit more and use his pace.
Hey, Nick, where did Zaharakis come from? Was it an interchange?
He did, mate. He come from the bench and went straight through.
Oh, sneaky. Collingwood do that a lot. Here's Hawksley. Goes across the ground. Miscues slightly. Gives Watson a half play on the ball. That's all he needs. Brilliant. Jetta. Stanton, Bacon, goal square. Oh, it's through for 9.
There's the turnover again. We saw it was young Hawksley. Now the Bombers half forwards are all pushing up, so already there's a structural difference about them, Lee.
Yeah, well, when you're playing the zone, the crossfield kick is going to be dynamite. And if you miss the target, it's almost a certain goal on the rebound.
Well, they're doing their percentage a whole lot of good here, Essendon. Percentage could play a factor in this round-robin little series. We've got Hocking misses Davey, and then Rich almost run down, but good hands. Leuenberger wide, then Golby kicks to full forward, probing, kick to a one-on-one. Myers did well. Lovett Murray, Myers in trouble. Got a handball out. Polek searched for it, couldn't quite. Heppel comes in hard. Well done, Howlett. Back to Myers. Myers, who had a stress fracture of the foot in the off-season, has started pretty well here. Slattery, always think of Gary O'Donnell when he plays. He's so similar, isn't he? Yep. And then Hocking out wide, and Gary O'Donnell knows these two teams so well, doesn't he?
Melcham told to play on, hard against the boundary line. That's a nice kick. Now they can run again. Hardingham inside the forward 50. Long ball lurking at the back is Hurley. Hurley runs onto it, runs into the goal square, kicks for 6.
It's really interesting to watch the Brisbane Lions here. So we've spoken a couple of times about the Bombers pushing right up. When you're playing against the side and the half-forwards are pushing right up into the ground, you need an anchor defender there.
Yeah.
Essendon are still able to get the ball. We'll see here it was Monfries on this occasion, get behind the zone.
And that terrible mistake, Maguire, he came, but when he didn't influence the contest, his opponent that basic rule of defence, Tom. If you're going to leave your opponent, you've got to make sure the ball doesn't go anywhere near him.
Just looking at the numbers on the back, the last 2 goals have been scored by 5 and 18. Hurd and Lloyd, they're not bad numbers, are they, for the Bombers? Lee, only last year they had 2 7-goal first quarters in the premiership season.
Well, they're just controlling the footy at the moment. I mean, they've got a terribly inexperienced side out there, the Lions, but Essendon just dominating.
And the biggest score so far in the NAB Cup was 50 points scored by Collingwood this season. So Essendon at 39 already. This has been a remarkable start. Monfrey's run down at the back. Now Polek had a bright start. He run that out. I think he might have, so it's a free kick to Heppel. So the 2 young guns against one another.
I was about to say that one of the things that great players learn very quickly when they coach is I'm not in control like I was when I was out there in the middle. I don't think James Hurd's just learnt that just yet.
No, he's...
I think this is a bit of a picnic here.
So Heppel a bit up and under, but he gets about 45 to 50 metres. Bill Chambers was the first one to go. Touched off the boot to the pocket. Cranberry not quite.
It was a smother up here. Yeah, so we're going to throw it in.
There it is.
And an attempted marking contest as well.
Had everything. Boundary throw in. McCulloch reaches over the top, knocks it down. Hardingham's been busy. Hooks it across the body, the former East Fremantle player, and it bounces out of bounds in the pocket. Interesting coming into the season. East Fremantle, gee, they've produced some players. 24 players on senior lists alone. 27 overall last year. They'll top that, I think, with a few rookie list players finding their way onto the senior lists later this season. Kick comes up towards the wing, and the mark is taken by Buick. Buick plays on immediately. Little chip out wide. Could have been a push in the back. Now, that'll be called a marking contest. That was pretty tough as far as the man in front was concerned, Retzlaff.
Just go back 20 seconds. Hardingham had the snap over his left shoulder when he really just should have given the handball to his Essendon teammate facing goal. I'm sure he'll be made aware of that very quickly.
Bill Chambers won it down. Watson saw a body, but it was Buchanan. Buchanan, though, fending off. Gee, Heppel's been busy. Plays on to Fletcher. Fletcher comes out wide to Stanton. Just watching these 2 players, Pollock and Heppel, both have thumping left foots. Or feet. What's the correct terminology there, Bruce?
I can never... I can't follow you at any stage, but...
that was not a trick question. The ball goes across the ground from Stanton.
My left foot you're talking about. Good movie.
What was it? Daniel Day-Lewis. As the ball comes in short and the mark is dropped by Myers. Excuse us. Myers is over the football, attracts a crowd immediately. Lester appeals for a free kick. Pollock was there too, and I think Pollock is going to get it.
That's it.
Bad place to drop a mark out near the 50-metre line, and a player sweating on you.
Right out now.
Now, I said he's got a thumping left foot, Bruce, so see what you can do.
It's always interesting, isn't it, to watch the really early draft choices. That's what I'm really interested in these pre-season games. Obviously, Pollock for him, number 5, and Heppel for Essendon. They were the 2 big investments from the 2 clubs. So you're always... So many of these first-year players are making it straight away.
Got 9 votes in the McGarry Medal last year. He played senior footy as a 16-year-old in Adelaide, so he comes with quite a reputation. It is a thumping left foot kick, but it's a behind. So the Lions are on the board. So Dyson gets it from Fletcher, and Dyson goes bang to half back. Hurley made a terrific contest. Watson, good hands. Davey got it across to Howlett. Monfries, good effort by Golby. Under a bit of pressure, Clark. That was a sloppy handball. Davey, so much pressure from him. And then Clark's handball again puts Rains under the pump. Actually, it was Collier under the pump. Zarakis had to fish, but he fished pretty well. And then Lonergan belts it forward. Front spot coming from Hardingham. Davey, still Davey. Can't quite get the left foot. Golby with him. Still brought down. It's out.
Essendon's free kick, last touch.
There you go.
Back here, second leader.
Invariably, this young man likes a challenge. This is challenging. Dare say he'll set off to his right.
No, it wasn't.
Aware of that, Stiller is lurking about, well, you can see the distance. It's probably 12 metres away. Davey, well, doesn't do what's expected. He goes with the left foot in the left full forward pocket. So boundary side with a kick, trying to boomerang it through, or check side, as they say in South Australia.
Seen him do a lot of things down as Alwyn Dave. I don't think I've seen him kick right foot. He is total left foot, I think.
Well, that's assured now, isn't it?
No, for certain.
Wow. There's Rockcliffe. Had a good season last year. Played 20 games, averaged 22 possessions a game. Sheldon back to Rockcliffe. There's the siren. It's half-time. Game 4 of the NAB Cup. And what about the Bombers? A 9-pointer, 4 6-pointers. They're out to 39, just the behind. Kicked by their top draft pick Pollock just before half-time for Brisbane. So they're down by 38. And Essendon certainly played a stimulating brand of football.